It's 2028 and the US election is over, but the future of America is really just beginning. I decided to ask the tarot, what are the energies surrounding the United States of America in 2028 after the presidential election? And I think the cards tell an interesting story. So let's get to it. The first card I pulled was the Four of Cups. Now, this is the card of disappointment and disillusionment. And what it's telling me in the context of this reading is that regardless of who wins the 2028 election, nobody is going to be happy. Nobody's going to get exactly what they wanted. Whether it's a Republican win or a Democratic win, the country will feel unsatisfied, let down, unheard, and disillusioned. This card represents a hollow victory where nobody feels that they've truly won. And that takes us to the Seven of Wands in reverse. The United States in 2028 is going to be exhausted. They're going to be tired. They're going to want peace. This card represents to me a certain truce emerging in the United States in 2028. Both political parties are going to put their weapons down, so to speak, and take a step back and focus a little bit more on healing and a lot less on fighting and division. The combative energy that has persisted in the United States for so many years will start to lose steam. This card says to me that cooler heads will prevail after the 2028 election. But it's not really peace, it's fatigue and a collective desire for stability. Now, the next card I pulled was the Empress in reverse. In a political reading, the Empress represents to me Mother Russia and other actors too, world actors with nefarious intentions. When it's upright, the Empress represents abundance and a nurturing energy and stability. But in reverse, it's very much the opposite. In reverse, she speaks to interference and propaganda and disinformation. And I think the message here is clear. Russia and other nefarious actors will continue their efforts to destabilize the United States in 2028. Their fingerprints will remain on the atmosphere of mistrust and division. The toxicity will prevail long after the votes are counted. The Six of Pentacles. This card says to me that the United States in 2028 will embark on a campaign of soft diplomacy. This is the card of give and take. It's also the card of balance and power. It's also the card of generosity. So I think after the 2028 election, the new US administration will focus on strengthening existing partnerships and allies, engaging with them, considering their needs as well as the needs of the United States. I think this card is saying that the US administration in 2028 will look towards a re engagement within existing partnerships, like with NATO, for instance. I'm not going to make any predictions as to who wins the 2028 election, but I will say that one party more than the other is known for its efforts in soft diplomacy. And I'll leave it at that. Next comes the Nine of Cups. Now, this is the card of fulfillment. This is a happy merchant. He's achieved everything he's wanted to achieve, and now he's just enjoying the fruits of his success. But I think in the context of this reading, this card speaks to a certain smugness. It speaks to a focus on the victory of the election as opposed to what needs to be done now that they've won. I think it's a card of denial in a sense. While the party in power will be basking in their victory, they'll be ignoring the deep problems that lie just beneath the surface. The party is going to be proud that they've won, but they're going to be ignoring the broken foundations of what they've inherited. That's what this card says to me. And I think that leads in very well with the next card, which is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now, when it's upright, this card speaks to clarity and the ability to see both sides of the story. This is the card of truth and sharp vision. In reverse, it speaks to confusion and operating in a fog. And I think that ties in very, very well again with the Nine of Cups. He's happy about his victory, but he refuses to take a look at what he needs to do. He's in a certain amount of denial and he's unable to see the situation clearly. So while the winners celebrate, they do so in a haze. They're not grasping the full scope of the challenges ahead of them. They cannot or will not see the truth of the situation. This can be a dangerous combination. This can speak to pride without clarity, victory without vision. Now, I also pulled two oracle cards for clarity. And the first oracle card I pulled was Round and Round, patterns that keep coming back. This is a broken record. This card says that the problems that have been lingering in the United States for many, many years aren't going anywhere. They keep returning. The US is going to face challenges that feel familiar, revisiting old conflicts and ongoing tensions. The problems the United States has just keep going round and round and round. The next card was the Fates reversed. Now, upright, this card says to me karma. It's the card of destiny. However, in reverse, this card speaks to uncertainty, delays, unpredictability, not being able to really know what's coming down the pipe. Outcomes can feel blocked. The country will face situations that feel out of control, and the new administration will be challenged to manage them. This card is saying the road ahead in 2028 will not be straightforward. In this reading, I also did a clairvoyant meditation, and I think the symbols that I saw speak very well to this reading. The first image that I saw in my mind's eye was the image of an airplane, but not an airplane ascending, an airplane descending. This says to me that in 2028, America will be a country in decline. The United States will be an empire losing altitude. This is a country that is falling from the heights of what it once represented. The second clairvoyant image that I saw was a wooden box. Now, at first glance, a wooden box looks very solid and very stable. But in this meditation, I got the feeling of Pandora's box. Now, in the story of Pandora's box, she opens the box and unleashes all sorts of evils on the world. And before she can slam that box shut, all that's left in the box was hope. So in 2028, what hidden truths are going to come spilling out in the United States? And I think that image speaks directly to the Ace of Swords in reversed. Hidden truths, secrets simmering just below the surface, waiting to be unleashed. Now, the third image, clairvoyant image that I saw was a ballet slipper. And to me, this says that the new US president and the new US administration in 2028 is going to be doing a delicate dance. It's going to be a dance that requires balance for what's good for the United States and what is also good for the rest of the world. Let's get back to that soft diplomacy that the Six of Pentacles represented. The new US administration will be reaching across the aisle and reaching across the ocean. It won't be brute force that carries the United States forward. It will be finesse and subtle steps, a delicate choreography, a political ballet, so to speak. And finally, the last image that I saw was a cast iron gate with two doors. Gates are a threshold. This is a new beginning. This is a new era. But what lies beyond the gate? We have two doors here. That represents two pathways. Which path is the United States going to take moving forward? Now, this gate is very heavy and very resistant, so the path forward will not be easy. Progress will require immense willpower. To me, this gate is a clear message that the path forward will not be an easy one. So, in summary, what do the cards have to say about the United States in 2028 after the US election? The United States will see disappointment, disillusionment, and denial. But there will be a desire to lay the swords down and develop a certain truce. The United States seeks stability and peace in 2028. However, that peace and that stability will be threatened by nefarious actors who will be spreading propaganda and disinformation and will be seeding instability in the United States of America in 2028 and onwards. And the United States will have to engage again in soft diplomacy, taking into consideration the needs of allies, not just themselves. They need to re engage with partnerships, existing partnerships, and new ones. And they have to do so in a way that benefits the United States, but also benefits the world order. And that will not be an easy task. And whoever does win, they're going to be smug in their victory and they're going to be in denial. They're going to be in denial as to what needs to be done. They're going to be operating in a fog with a lack of clarity and an inability to see both sides of the political story. The problems in the United States in 2028 will be existing ones that just keep going round and around and around. And will there be new solutions and will there be resolution to those problems? Time will tell. And the story in 2028 for the United States will be one of unpredictability and obstacles and no clear path forward. The future of the United States in 2028 will not be defined by the victory of who wins, but what they do with that win. It will be defined by what the party does after the celebration ends. In 2028, Pandora's box is going to be opened, and the only thing left inside is hope. That's my reading. I hope it resonated with you. If you have any opinions or any suggestions or anything that resonated with you in this reading, please let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And if you really like this video, hit the like button. It's free too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.